Hi YouTube, it's Arwen of Tarot by Arwen. I'm trying a different camera setup this time. I wanted to see if, one, you could see the cards better, two, you could hear me better. So let me know in the comments if you found this better, if you like it when I'm a little further away. And if you like it, then I'll keep coming in closer and closer and closer until you can't see anything but my eyeball. Was that weird? Yeah, I thought so. I am doing a review today of a USGames tarot. It's from 2006. USGames did send me this as a review copy. I have been reviewing for them that long. And it is a requested review by Sega Water, Sea Georgia Water, yeah, I don't know. But they've been asking very sweetly and very politely. And thank you for not letting it go, because I did want to do this review, and y'all, I forget. I'll write things down and then I lose the notebook I wrote it down in. The Fenestra Tarot, 2006, done by the Thai artist Chatriya, and I may have screwed up that name. And it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. There's a very Art Deco feel to this deck. I love the box. This is the Premier Edition. It slides out, and then you will see the cards are in a box of their own. I have the box upside down, of course. And it's just the normal USGames box. If you just get the regular deck, this is what you're going to get, this box. If you get the Premier version, you're going to get a nicer book type case, box for your deck, and for your shelves, and I like that. They have their reading sheet that they do in a lot of their premieres, and it also shares an ancient 10-card tarot spread. Well, it's neither ancient, well, it's just not ancient. It's the Celtic cross, basically, and it tells you different things. It's got the position, the influence. This Celtic cross is set up differently from the one I do. I'll probably do a video on my version of the Celtic cross. A lot of people have different Celtic crosses. It just depends on how you were taught or how you learned. Now let's look at the cards. When I do reviews, as you know, or you don't know if you're new, hi new people, I do 4 cards. I do one of the same number from the 4 suits, then I do the 4 courts of one suit, and then I do some major arcana. And I picked the 7s for this round, just arbitrarily, no real reason. So let's start with our Eastern suit, the suit of air, the suit of swords. This is the 7 of Swords. It is the card of the sneaky bastard, is what I call him. A thief of mental and mind things. Sometimes it's somebody who steals away your desires and your drive to do things. And sometimes that person is you. Sometimes you're your own sneaky bastard. Going to the Southern suit, Wands or Fire. The 7 of Wands is often a card of defending one's position, defending one's passion. And it almost always shows the 7th wand holder being higher than the other 6. It's a card of taking the higher ground, being beleaguered, but rising above. The 7 of Cups. I like that his 7 of Cups, or hers, I don't know if Chatriya is male or female, I think male, but I'm not sure, is rising up, is getting up, is ready to reach for one of the daydreams. This is a card of a daydreamer, and you'll see in this card, many choices, many good choices, many bad choices. When the 7 of Cups shows up, it's often a reminder that you need to pay attention to what you're dreaming, pick one, move on it. The other dreams will still be there. Into our Earth and North is the 7 of Coins. Now this is the card of the gardener, the card of somebody looking at what they've been growing, looking at the fruits of their harvest, and deciding what they can take, what's ready to use, what's not ready to use. It's also said to be a pause. It's a stop, think about it kind of card. Those were the sevens of the minors. Now we're going to look at the sword suit, again pulled arbitrarily, and let's start with our fabulous page. I love the birds in the background, the armor, the readiness, and the air. The air is blowing his hair, so that's a big piece of it, right? And pages, I was just having this discussion with somebody online, hi Sharon, about elements and the quartz. And I don't really usually think about that, but she brought up some good things, and we were kind of discussing it in Facebook. And pages are air. They're new. They're beginning, right? That's part of the court of page. The court of page. We'll just leave it. And then the fire, following in the same way that air, swords, wands, cups, and earth are air, fire, water, earth. Knights are fire. They're energetic, they're moving. And you can see some of that fire element in this one's hair, the way it flames up even in the wind, right? The queens are water. And here our Queen of Swords is a dark-haired woman. She is often a sharp-tongued woman, sometimes seen as a widow. And generally somebody with a force of will, a force of mind, really keen intellect. And then our Earth Court card is the King. And here's your King. Now, if I had anything to say about the artwork in this deck, I would say that this king is a little young looking for me. But also, we have to remember that this is a Thai artist, and they're coming from their own their worldview. And so, to me, and I don't mean this to sound racist, it might, but Asian people tend to not age in the face the same way Caucasians do. I don't recognize age in an Asian person the way I do in a Caucasian person because of the wrinkles and things. So, let's go on to our major arcana, and we start with the Fool. You get back here so you can get a little bit better view. And look at the artwork, very Art Deco kind of feeling, the flow and the feel around these cards. The Fool's very traditional. Sun in the background, lily or white rose in the hand, knapsack on the back, dog at the feet, cliff. As I said, very Rider-Waite deck. Very easy to read with if you're already a Rider-Waite reader. You can pick this deck up and zoom through it. I wanted to show you the Empress because this is one of my favorite Empresses. She is regal, she is proud, she is in charge. There's growth down here. You've got the Venus symbol here. But she is a ruler. This woman is in charge. And I appreciate that. You know, and she's not pregnant in this one, or not obviously pregnant. So, and she's wearing armor. The High Priestess. I picked her for a couple of reasons. One, I love the nod to Egypt on her head with the Hathor crown. That's a bit of a peacock emblem behind her for Juno. I know it's a mandala, but it just has that feeling to me. And she's sitting in what I call the royal ready position. I believe it's I believe this is the royal ready position in Asian art. One leg is relaxed, but the other leg is ready to get up and do if doing needs done. And her foot rests on the moon, nod to the traditional Rider-Waite. And she does have a scroll in her lap. I was trying to see if it said, I can't read on it, but on some of them there's a word. Now I also really liked the Hierophant in this deck. One of the reasons I like it is that it's very not Buddha, Shiva. I couldn't think of the name, I'm so sorry. But the hand up, and he's got the very traditional papal staff there. It's hard to see here, but it's a very traditional staff. The two people bowing before the keys of knowledge. Very traditional again, with a flair. You can definitely tell it's not just a Rider-Waite deck, right? There's a difference to it. So now let's look at Justice. And I mentioned Justice in the beginning. If I didn't, I should have, about being like a dancer. Look at the shoes. Look at the pose and the sword. This is very much scales and balance and dance. I love the nod to dance there. Death, of course, is a card I always like to show. Sun rising in the background is very nice. This death's a little difficult to make out. It's a little cluttered, but you have to kind of look for death is the knight, the flag, the horse. All people die before death. All people have to answer to death. And that's a big piece of it. The horse actually has skulls as part of the regalia. Let's look at my favorite. I always look at Death and the Star. Those are my two cards that I have to look at in a deck. Very traditional star. The tree in the background is important. There's a bird in the tree. She's pouring, one foot on water, one foot on land. And she's pouring water in the water and then on the ground, and it's going out. So a lovely, lovely star card for me. And let's end with the World. Very traditional, right? The male, the man, the eagle, the bull, the lion, the elements, air, earth, fire, water. I don't know why I did those out of order. The red ribbon around her. This is the Fool realized to a lot of tarot readers. It's the Fool's end of the journey. The Fool steps into the position of the world. There is the wreath around. Just all in all, a beautiful, beautiful deck. And I really hope that you'll take a chance on it, take a look at it. You know, if you see it in a shop near you, go put your hands on it, see how it feels to you. It's a lovely deck. There's just much, much, much to love about this deck. So thanks so much for joining me for another review. I'm Arwen of Tarot by Arwen. Seek joy, y'all. Pass it on.